Hello and welcome to Bristol Sport TV from Ashton Gate Sports Bar. In the next 10 minutes we'll tell you all you need to know about this week's sporting action, plus our regular look at the stadium rebuild. But first, it has been a big week for Bristol City after their away win at Charlton in their six-pointer clash and appointing a new head coach, Lee Johnson, on a 3.5-year contract. Adam Baker caught up with him on his return to Ashton Gate.
Well, Lee, welcome back to Ashton Gate. Just tell me, how difficult was this decision? How easy was this decision?
I think obviously on a level of being at a club like Barnsley that brought me in and going through a really good spell, which we were, and getting to the JPT final, of course, you're very fond of everybody at the club, but Bristol City is my club. Do you know what I mean? As soon as I found out that there was genuine interest, it's a no-brainer for me. Got so many friends and family here, played here for 6 years, and basically I support the club as well. So between Bristol City and Yeovil, I spent 10 years of my life in the southwest, and like I say, no-brainer, because I know of the plans of the people, and a fantastic opportunity for me, and one I'm very, very grateful for.
What is so special about this place then?
I don't know, it's just that you feel like you're coming home. Do you know what I mean? It's the people, it's the town, the stadium, the excitement of everything that's happening, and just the infrastructure really. For me, obviously I'm a real football person, I love my football, and I've always kept my eye on the club, and it done very, very well last year in League One, in the Championship. Settled okay, obviously not a great start, but it's picked up recently, and there's just so much potential, and to come back when it's in my heart and in my blood, if you like, is just a fantastic personal achievement for me. I understand that as a player I was a little bit Marmite, and there was the shouts of nepotism, but unless I sign my old man now as assistant manager, then obviously they can't be thrown at me. But for me, it's about being consistent. I love the place. I know there'll be some doubters, probably due to my inexperience at the level more than anything else. But I'm really confident that given the time and given the energy and the backing of both the board and the supporters, then we can achieve some really great things.
Did you speak to your dad before saying yes to this job?
Yeah, listen, my dad's my dad, and he's obviously a huge part of my life and my football career, so he's a confidant and a very experienced man. So it was pretty simple though. It was get yourself down there, son, because he knows that it's a great owner to be with, a very good board, and I think that's really important if you're deciding to move from a club that you're already happy at.
Johnson says bounce around the ground. We heard it a couple of times at the Valley, I'm sure you did. Obviously it was his chant. Are you happy to keep that going?
I think if I was to inherit one thing from my dad, that my dad's tenure, I would take that, because it's a great song. Everybody buzzes off it. It whips up the atmosphere, and the fans love it. So bounce around the ground, stay until the end.
Saturday, it's your first home game here. How much are you looking forward to that already?
I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward mainly to getting on the grass with the players, and for me it's about the team building process, and that's the bit I love. The Saturdays actually sometimes it's more relief than enjoyment when you get a win. It's different as a player to it is as a head coach, because head coach you win, enjoy it for 5 minutes, and then you're focusing on the next one. But as a player, obviously you can really sort of revel in your win, but there's a lot of planning got to go on, and it'd be very nice for me to come back. Like, I can't hide that I am really chuffed to bits to be here, and just can't wait to put in the work ethic that I think we'll need to really kick on.
And Lee's first game in charge will be this weekend against Ipswich, kick-off at 3 o'clock. Well, it's been a busy week as ever for Bristol Rugby. They announced their new forwards coach, and 6 more players committed their immediate futures to the club. Then there was the small matter of some rugby in South Yorkshire, as Tom Vogue reports.
Bristol made the trip up north on Saturday to Clifton Lane to face Rotherham Titans. What can only be described as dismal conditions welcomed the league leaders to the home of their old rivals. A strong start from Bristol set the pace in what was to be another very satisfying display. After Vandel added a further try to his tally, centre Ben Mosses finished a flowing move to take Bristol to 14-0 inside 10 minutes. Some more assured play from the Titans brought them to within 4 points, but Bristol began to turn the screw following Jack Lamb's try. 2 more scores from in-form Mitch Eadie, and the game was sealed at 17 points to 36. Ealing Trailfinders visit Ashton Gate on Friday night, and first-team coach Sean Holley is under no illusion about the challenge they'll pose.
Yeah, you look at their team and it's filled with players who are used to playing in the Championship with various clubs. There's a few ex-Bristol players in there, ex-Nottingham, Bedford and so on. So they're a good mix really, and when they actually get it together, they play some good rugby, as they showed in recent weeks, particularly last week. So they're a threat. You know, they have a point to prove, plus they have points to pick up. You know, they're in a bit of a dogfight with Moseley and Rotherham now, who play each other this weekend. So they will see this as an opportunity to either take a scalp or pick up some points, and that makes them very, very dangerous.
And just a reminder that tickets are available online now for that Friday night clash against Ealing. Don't forget the Sports Bar will be showing all of this weekend's Six Nations action as well. So come on, start your weekend with us right here. Well, it's been a tough week for Flyers as they suffered defeat to top of the table Newcastle. They now welcome second place Leicester to the SGS Wise Arena, as Joel Osborne reports.
The Bristol Flyers were left shell-shocked on Saturday night, suffering their heaviest defeat of the season at home to the defending BBL champions Newcastle Eagles. The visitors wasted little time in getting points on the board, taking full advantage of Bristol's depleted squad, with 3 of the Flyers' starting 5 missing out due to injury.
Well, we're hoping we're going to see a couple of them back next Friday against Leicester at home, and we'll just kind of go from there. It's a bit kind of, we've got to take it every day and see where we are in terms of them getting better. But we don't want to rush it back. We want to make sure they're ready for it. And obviously we have a lot of important games coming up, and we want to make sure that they're 100% in top shape, ready to go.
Despite the result, there were positives for the team. Tom Tinsley made his first appearance in the starting lineup, scoring 10 points, whilst Daniel Adozie finished with a double-double or 15 points and 13 rebounds. This week, the team held their half-term basketball camp with over 40 kids being coached by Bristol Flyers players, and Doug McLaughlin-Williams says the camp has been a great way for youngsters to bridge the gap into the Flyers junior teams.
I think having kids come into the camp is one thing, but then I think the most rewarding thing for me has been the progression of it. So it's kids who I initially went in and spoke to them at their primary school who are now playing for either the junior teams or even the academy team, some of them. So it's just seeing that progression from something that they may not have even thought about doing to now being a big part of their life.
The Flyers welcome Leicester Riders to the Wise Arena on Friday night. Tip-off is at 7:30 and tickets are selling fast, so make sure you get yours now at bristolflyers.co.uk.
Well, now to our regular look at how the stadium rebuild is progressing, and as the seating deck extends along that lower concourse, it's slotting nicely into place and should be completed towards the end of the month. Also this week there was a first glimpse of the new Players' Tunnel, which is now taking shape in the West Stand. And just before we go, a reminder of our Big Sports Breakfast. It returns on Friday, February the 19th, open to the public, but of course Lansdowne Club members, you do get a discount. Check out the website for all the details. We are going to be welcoming Lewis Moody, former England captain and Rugby World Cup winner. Hope you've enjoyed the programme this week. Don't forget you can follow us on social media on Twitter at Bristol_sport, or click subscribe on the website to Bristol Sport TV and you won't miss a thing. In the meantime, have a great weekend of Bristol Sport.